Has there been or is there anybody in the world to prove this belief wrong? And if the answer is yes, then you can drop it right now. Do you need to babysit your contractors in order to flip houses? No, we're able to do it by marketing to one list. We can do over 6 figures every single month doing that with a very, very small team. I don't have to hide from anybody because we still operate our business with the highest level of ethics. You ever thought to yourself that wholesaling just doesn't work? Or it's sleazy? Or what about if you're a fix and flipper and you say there's just no good contractors out there, right? There's no good deals out there. The market has shifted. There's too much competition in this market, or you have to do a ton of marketing just to find that right deal. Or you need a massive team in order to have a successful flipping business or a successful wholesaling business. That's exactly what today's Mindset Monday training is on, is the beliefs that are no longer serving you. So I carried a lot of these beliefs with me for a very long time. I used to say, we started off wholesaling and we would say that we sucked at marketing, right? And I mean, it was true. We were pretty bad at marketing. We weren't able to generate a lot of good deals for ourselves. So we stopped doing that. We were good at renovating houses. But here came the next problem. You couldn't find good contractors. So we had to GC these projects. We had to go source the materials. We had to go to the projects every single day and make sure the scope was getting done correctly. Make sure that, the contractors were showing up, that they were finishing the job correctly, that they weren't trying to cut any corners. We were having to do all this. And frankly, one day it got to a point where I was like, how the hell does me believe in all these things serve me? Right? And I know you're going to say, John, those are just facts. No, bullshit. I want you to ask yourself this question. Has there been or is there anybody in the world to prove this belief wrong? And if the answer is yes, then you can drop it right now. Do you need a massive team in order to be profitable at wholesaling houses? No. Do you need to babysit your contractors in order to flip houses? No. We've done all these things without having to do those, without having to babysit contractors anymore, without having to have a massive team to wholesale houses, to generate our deals. We're able to do it by marketing to one list. That's it. And we can do over 6 figures every single month doing that with a very, very small team. You understand? We used to have 14 people before, and we didn't get anywhere near the volume that we're doing right now. All because we put systems, process, things in place to help us. But that's not even the solution. That solution came because we started challenging our beliefs. So in our beliefs, we would say, in order to make $50,000, $60,000, even $90,000 on a wholesale deal, you had to be a sleazy wholesaler. You probably screwed over the seller. You definitely screwed over the buyer. That's the only way it makes sense, because that was the only thing that made sense in our heads. We could not wrap our heads around that you can make that much money wholesaling houses and not screw somebody over. How did that serve us? It didn't. It didn't serve us one bit. Not at all. You understand? All we did was keep ourselves small by doing that. We would say the only buyers that will buy those deals are idiots. They're idiot buyers. Yet we were the ones still not making money. And those idiot buyers will buy those deals and then buy other deals and do more deals and make more money. So how are we geniuses? We weren't. We were protecting ourselves. Right? We're protecting ourselves by throwing these stories out there, throwing these beliefs out there that was what was ethical and what was right and moral and all this nonsense just to protect our own incompetence at the moment. And once we chose to let that go, all of a sudden we started making a lot more money. And guess what? Our buyers love us. We have great testimonials from sellers. We didn't have to screw anybody over. I don't have to hide from anybody because we still operate our business with the highest level of ethics. You understand? And that level of ethics comes because we just open ourselves up to being like, not only can we make money, but we can also do it the right way. So we stop making these dumb excuses to why we weren't making more money. We used to say, well, in order to make money, you got to do 6, 7, 8 deals a month. There are months we do 3 deals and we still make over 100 grand. Why? Because we got rid of that belief that in order to grow, you got to do volume. In order to get deals as a fix and flipper, then I need a team. I need to do, thousands of calls, spend, tens of thousands of dollars on direct mail and do pay-per-clicks and all this nonsense. Nope. One person. That's all we needed. One person. And we can do 3, 4 deals a month. Wholesale them for a minimum of, right now we're wholesaling around $40,000 minimum and up. Flipping, we're flipping $70,000 deals with very little management, with a great team of contractors, because we stop using those beliefs to keep us broke and to keep us small and to keep us working 12, 14 hours a day, every single day, because it felt good, right? It felt like that was the way to operate business. It's nonsense. So do this exercise with me. If you're struggling right now, anywhere in your business or even in your personal life, ask yourself, what's your belief behind that? Right? Why don't you, let's take the personal life. Let's say you need to get in shape. This was a belief I held for quite some time. You need to get in shape. Why don't you get in shape? Well, I can't do an hour a day at the gym. Okay, so you feel in order to get in shape, it's either you do an hour at the gym every day or you do nothing. Yeah, pretty much. That was the belief. If I couldn't do an hour, what was the point? How did that serve me? 0. It did absolutely nothing for me. Now I was like, you know what? I'm going to do what I can every single day. I'm just going to do what I can. Some days I'm able to make it to the gym. Some days I just go out for a walk. But every single day, by being consistent, I've gotten tremendously healthier. I'm down 15 pounds in the last month. I feel better. My legs feel good. I feel good, right? Because I was just consistent. And getting outside, doing all these things, I feel better about myself. So if you're willing to just challenge any belief you have right now that is either on your personal or your business career, you're going to see how much better everything's going to open up. If you feel right now that you're like, John, I don't know how to get my business in order because I have to do all of these things. That's a belief. That's not truth. You don't have to do all of those things. Is there a way that you can do less and make more? I'm here to tell you there is. You understand? Because we've done it. I've seen other people do the same thing. Some of my best friends, they're very successful people. They do one thing very, very well. They don't do multiple things. They're not spread thin across everywhere. But when you're starting off, you just feel like if you want to succeed, you have to do more. Because if you're not doing more, then you're not doing anything. That's not true. I'm telling you that's not true. My life got tremendously better the less I did. The more successful I became by doing less and less. But by doing what I was doing, more focused. All why? Because I started challenging all the beliefs I had. In order to make money, you need money. Bullshit. Rich people, only rich people get rich. You have to be born rich. These are all limitations, all beliefs that you're putting on yourself and using really as a crutch to not do anything or take action or even succeed. I'm not smart enough. I don't know enough yet. I have some students that they're like, yeah, I just feel once I get really good, then I'll get my first deal. I'm like, interesting. So who determines if you're really good? Oh, I guess I do. So if you determine you're really good, and when you determine you're really good, that's when you're going to get a deal. Why don't you determine that you're really good now so you get a deal now? And this is the point where, the wires start flickering and like they start short circuiting because it's not making sense. I'm like, you're putting this limitation on yourself. Why? You're ready for a deal right now. How do I know that you're ready for a deal? Because if you weren't ready, you wouldn't get a deal. It's that simple. Can you get a deal your first week in real estate? 100%. 100%. Will you? That's a different question. Only you can answer that. What are your beliefs? Do you believe you're not there yet? Do you believe you're not worthy of it? Do you believe you don't know enough? You're right on all those counts. But you're also right if you decide to believe that you're ready. If you decide to believe that you know enough, that you have enough resources, that you're resourceful enough to execute on it. If you choose to change your belief to serve you, I promise you, all you have is success. All you're going to have is success. But you have to choose that belief. Now, last week, I covered a training on awareness. You can find that in the description below and probably above here if you're watching on YouTube. You're going to see that whole training on awareness. So you built awareness. Now we're going to challenge our beliefs. Now we're aware of the things that we think about, our process, what we do, how we do it. We're more aware of all these things. So now we're going to see, oh, I believe this about that. That's why I'm not doing it. Why don't you do this list? Oh, that list doesn't work. That's a belief. Every list works. I promise you that. I've made money on every single list out there. So every list works, but whatever your belief is, you're going to get. So this is all training that we do on our mastermind. That is we do 3 calls a week. One of them is a mindset training because 90%, 80% of what you do is all mindset work. It has nothing to do with strategy. It has to do with what you believe to be true and true about you. Whatever you believe, you get. There's a book behind me that I have, Think and Grow Rich. There's a reason that book exists and why it's been out for over 100 years. Think and grow rich. You understand? It all starts up here. This is why I'm doing these Mindset Monday calls. So if you like it, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. It helps me out tremendously. And if you're interested to hear more about the mastermind, just go to joinpwm.com and just schedule a free call with me. And we'll hop on a Zoom call and I'll dissect your business. I'll see if it makes sense. And if it does, then you'll join one of the best masterminds. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next training.